Hi, this is Lori Culler with AgHires. You are interviewing what you believe to be your dream job. But how on earth do you know if you're going to actually like the company and the team that you're going to be working with? One of the scariest things about interviewing for a job or potentially thinking about switching a job is, not so much the role that you'd be doing, but are you going to enjoy who you're going to be working with? Are you going to fit in with what I would call the personality of the culture on the team? We've got a few tips here to help you assess if the culture of the company that you're looking at would be a good fit for you. Before we talk about those tips, think about what are you looking for in your next work environment? What type of team do you thrive in? What type of communication style do you prefer? And also, again, what kind of personality of a culture would you like to work for? When you think about how to assess, you're going to want to think about researching, observing, and asking good questions. So first, you're going to want to research. Look at the company online, their social media pages. You can also look at prior employee reviews. I always say be careful with that. More people put negative reviews than they take time to put positive reviews. So if it's only one or two maybe disgruntled employees, that might not set off a red flag, so to speak. But if you have quite a few people talking about the management style not being so great, then it'd be something that you want to explore just a little bit further. Check out their LinkedIn posts, see maybe where, employees that work in the department you're going to be working for, what do their backgrounds look like. So look at that, kind of take that time for that research and really do your homework ahead of time. And then you're going to want to observe. So observe your interviewer. How are they interacting with you? Does it feel comfortable? When you're on site, you're going to have those eyes really wide open on looking around the room, seeing how people interact. What is kind of the mood or the tone of the company or the corporation when you're on site? Next, you're going to be prepared with questions for the interviewers. You don't want to bombard them with a laundry list of questions at each interview, but you could sprinkle in a few culture questions throughout the interview process. Maybe one or two on the first interview, one or two in the second, or when you're meeting other coworkers. A few of my favorites include asking them what's their favorite part about working for the organization. And I highly recommend you ask at least 2 or 3 people this same question. It will give you the most indication on what that work environment is like. Another great question is how the company supports professional development. As you ideally are looking to grow your career, you're looking for a company that would support you in gaining more knowledge and skills and abilities. And in what way, if any, do they do that? A kind of basic question, but a great question is, what's the culture like? What is it like to work here? And how would others describe your work environment? Again, suggested that you ask at least a couple individuals that same question if the opportunity is available. One of my last favorite questions is describing what personality type has worked really well or succeeded within this environment. Some cultures are super jovial, some are more serious, some are heads down, driven, not as much chit chat, and you might like one environment over the other. So asking them what type of personality, has done well or succeeded well or fit in well with an organization will really help you assess if you would fit in with that organization and be satisfied in that type of work environment. A few of my other favorites, depending on the situation, include asking the manager what's it like to work for them, how they describe their management style, how is performance managed, and also what does work-life balance look like. Best to you as you look for your next dream job. Like and follow AgHires for more tips on interviewing.